My name is Samuel A. Kamara. I am a partner at Peter Mirani PC, a law firm that represents insurance companies in the New York metropolitan area. I would like to thank and congratulate Amaze TV for launching the Give Love, Show Love, a charity aspiring to change the lives of the younger generation. In these difficult times that we are now facing, especially in this time of the pandemic, this charity is well needed. As such, I'd like to wish Amaze TV good luck and success.
Greetings, my name is Cheryl Manette. I am your vision loss boss. I am the owner and CEO of Vision Navigation Consulting, where we empower women with severe vision loss, do awareness and sensitivity training, and train business owners on how to tighten up and scale up. Today, I want to congratulate Amaze TV because they are simply amazing on the launch of their charity, Give Love, Show Love. This is a charity that supports youth organizations and programs for doing positive outreach in their communities. Kudos, Amaze TV. Continue doing what you do.
Ronnie from APA, ANA Psychological Accreditation. Massive congratulations on the launch of Amaze TV and Give Love, Show Love today. Let's get that funding going. Take care, have a great day, and speak to you all soon.
Hello viewers, my name is Dr. Elizabeth Negus. I'm an educator and international speaker and author. I'm here to extend my heartfelt thanks to Amaze TV for the extraordinary work that they do, but in particular to thank them for the launch of this wonderful, much needed charity, Give Love, Show Love. I'm sure you'll agree with me that if any time we need a charity like this, it's now. Why? Because the charity aims to support the youth, to help them, single moms and the elderly. So please support this charity. We all will be doing that. I will. And I look forward to seeing the immense work that's ahead of us and how we're going to reach out to everyone in the community. So thank you very much. Thanks for listening. And do have a great day. And without saying must say a great big thank you to Amaze TV. Keep up the good work. Bye for now.
Hey, yo, y'all, what's up, man? This is Billy, man. B to the high, double L to the Y. Y'all know. You already know, man. Representing the Mix Logo Records, CEO of the Mix Logo Record. And I've done a couple of albums, 3 to be precise. Working on the Freedom album right now. But you already know the hit song, the One Way Ticket. One way ticket to. I need a one way ticket to. I'm missing my friends and family. And my childhood memory. I wanna see my motherland and be free. Yeah, we represent Sierra Leone to the fullest, man. Yeah, man, I just wanna say a big congratulations to the Give Love, Show Love on their launching. This is a great project and we're gonna look forward for a better future. Those guys are doing fantastically great. Yeah, I call upon everyone to support the Give Love and Show Love. The Give Love, Show Love. You know what it is, man. It's a big project, man. They are coming big, man. They're gonna be launching soon. And once more, it's a fantastic big congratulations to the Give Love and Show Love. Yeah, man. Don't forget to support them. I'm out, no doubt. B to the high, double L to the Y.
I'm Chantal Louise. I'm an actress, model, TV and film extra. I work with The Only Way is Essex and Made in Chelsea as a TV extra. I'm a brand ambassador for Vonnichi, Twisted Eyewear and also the Bar Movement. And I'm also Miss Birmingham 2019-2020.
My name is Deji Crane. the CEO of Crayview Print and Design, based in London. We are into graphic design, printing and general printing. Congratulations on the launching of Amaze TV. Give love, show love, keep the charity work going in the society. Thank you.
Hello everyone, hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Well, I am. My name is Augusta of C Consultants Limited, AG Mollified Woman, and the CEO of Sickle Cell Intervention UK. Hearty congratulations to Amaze TV for this great initiative of Give Love and Show Love. I would like everyone to support this great cause and make this initiative a better one. Thank you so much for all that you do with a wonderful performance in giving love and show love. So make the world a better place and show love. Thank you.
Amaze TV is here to restore, rebuild, revive the nation.
We can never appreciate the hardship that creates a feeling of having nothing, but we can create the change that makes a difference. Join us, and together we can have an impact.
It's time for us to change the narrative and extend our humanity to the entire world.
Love is kind. It is not self-seeking. Let us extend our love and kindness in the best possible way we can.
Freely you have received the love of God. Freely give back to society. Extend a blessing to someone out there.
One can chase 1,000, but two can chase 10,000.
We believe in our communities and we believe in our youths. Let's work together and make a difference.
Our world needs you to be a part of a revolutionary change.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Give love.
Show love.
Hashtag Give love, show love.
Good evening everybody, wherever you are around the world. Thank you for joining us on another Give Love, Show Love episode. This evening we want to focus on the power of music and the arts. I am absolutely delighted that this evening I am joined by a very special guest. Someone I've known for a while, Elaine Parker, who joins us from the Swansea Bark Choir. Elaine, good evening. Thank you for being with us.
Lovely to be here, Dave. Thank you for inviting me.
You and I have spoken over the last few months about how the power of music is so often overlooked when we think about our communities, when we think about mental health. And one of the things that I really wanted to kind of bring to the fore in this evening's episode was exactly what that power does. Where does it come from? Why is music and the performance art such an important part of our human existence?
Yeah, I think music, dance, the performing arts in general, I think are absolutely fundamental to us human beings at a deep, deep level. If you look way back to the dawn of civilization, you can see cave paintings. We know that early people had music, and music has always been with us. And it gives our lives meaning. It helps us connect. It's just a vital part of who.
Yeah. And we've seen how for quite a while, and not just here in the UK, but around the world, the impact when music, the performing arts, drama is almost ignored, but more so how damaging that removal or that control of music and the performing arts can be. And for me, as someone that has performed and been through that and experienced that, the connectivity that comes from those engagements is vital in kind of connecting us to each other as well as to ourselves.
Absolutely. And I think there's a deeper meaning as well. So absolutely, connectivity is the big thing. Certainly for me, I trained as a musician before I became a psychotherapist, but I sing and I conduct, and we connect with each other. That's what choir is about. So it's the spiritual connection as well. It's just very difficult to describe. So it's a community of people who love music, same whether music, gospel music, or on a stage in a theatre. There's something extra that happens when people get together to perform music.
And tell us a little bit about the Swansea Buck Choir. For those that don't know, I obviously appreciate the experience that I've had from learning from yourself. But for the audience and the wider world, let's have a little piece of what's the Swansea Buck Choir all about.
Okay, well, the Swansea Buck Choir is just over 50 years old, I think. It was founded by a musician called John Hugh Thomas. So it's not just about the works of Bach, the J.S. Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. We do all kinds of music. It's in Wales, Swansea obviously is in Wales, and it's very much focused on the classical style of singing as a choir. So we perform all kinds of things in all venues. We sing in churches, we sing in theatres, cathedrals, Stradey Castle, a beautiful castle where we have done Christmas concerts. And it brings together people who are experienced singers. We only have 3 or 4 concerts for each, 3 or 4 rehearsals for each concert, so we have to be on our toes. It's just a wonderful group of people, and we have a wonderful conductor now, who he's just a joy to work with. Very precise. It's just great. I love it.
And this is this thing that kind of comes from performance art. It's not just who receives the performance, is it? It's the performers as well who have that connection. And beyond just the connection with the music, it's the connection with each other, the connection with an audience. The audience then have the connection with everybody else in the audience. It's a completely holistic moment and experience that when we can harness that power, we can do amazing things.
Yeah. As I say, it's bigger than the sum of all its parts. There's the number of singers in our choir is probably about 35 to 40 regulars, and we occasionally have additional performers. But something happens, something magic happens, and I know this as a conductor as well, that if you're in this sort of spiritual space, you communicate the intention and the emotion of the music. And even with my back turned, as a conductor, with my back turned to the audience, sometimes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, because there is that extra dimension. It's incredibly hard to describe.
Yeah, and it's very much for me and for the team at Amaze TV, the entire concept of performance art and the power of music is something that we see as really hard to define, that power. But when we see it in action, we see it really, it is in action, isn't it?
Yes, and there's something about, well, as you and I spoke earlier, music is in our psyche, birth, maybe even before birth, right through to the end of life. And in fact, there's been documented research. Professor Oliver Sacks wrote a book called Musicophilia, and he described how music can help various brain problems, like perhaps having had an accident or a brain tumor or degenerative disease. And music is one of the last things to go. So if you see somebody who's elderly and not quite able to remember what it's like, the minute you play them music, their eyes light up and they can sing it. And as soon as the music stops, they go back into that vegetative state. There's something deeply, deeply primeval about music.
And do you think that over the years we've almost started to take that for granted? We know that it's there. We know that it's important to us. You just have to kind of look at everyone who goes through adolescence and their whole hunger for music, for performance. The mood connection to music is so strong. But because we've taken it for granted, we almost ignore and lose the reason why we need to keep looking after the performing arts. We need to keep looking after live music.
Yeah, I think it becomes a background. I think we absolutely become less mindful about it. It's just there. It's part of the wallpaper. It's part of stuff. Elevator music, all that kind of stuff. That is just almost like noise pollution, and we don't really. But I do know that when people, for example, I worked as a school counsellor for 8.5 years, and I used to ask my clients, the kids I worked with, what keeps you going? What sustains you? What keeps you day to day? And I would say 99.9% often said music. And they listened to it, or they played it, or it meant something. They shared it on social media, but also they sat and listened. That's one of the great sustaining things in life.
And I think as we look at give love, show love, music, performance art is a prime example of how, as humans, we give love and we show love through music, through performance. It's a way of expressing emotion. Sometimes, as you say, when we can't speak, when we can't find the words that really truly express the emotion. And when we think about give love, show love, and we see how music, the performance arts, is being scaled away and being almost ripped out of the community, because it's all around us. Why do we need it? It's there. Why do we need to look after it? But when we harness that power, as you say, it's innate in all of us. We've seen it in cave paintings. We've seen it throughout human civilization. The power of this, it's constant. And something that we kind of mentioned earlier that I think maybe we can expand on a little bit is when we've had situations in our history where that performance has been restricted, has been dictated, what comes out is never very good, is it?
Well, yes. I mean, it does restrict us as people, but it also goes underground, I think. People find a way.
Yeah, and I'm mindful when we've spoken before about how people's desire for music, their urge for it. Whenever a system has come along and said, you know what, we don't like this kind of music, we're going to take this away, this is banned, or you can't use this. Jazz in 1930s Germany, the biggest jazz scene in Europe, but it was underground. Because people won't accept the silence. And that's something that, as we at Amaze TV start to ask for people to get involved with supporting music, supporting live performance, supporting the performing arts, is we have to allow our young people that space to grow and learn. You know, country and western music would never have come about if blues music hadn't been allowed to kind of form, and bluegrass would never have been able to break away from country, and rock and roll would never have been able to form, and all of the connections and the talent that is innate in all of us, that when we're allowed to express, comes to the fore. And you've said something to me in the past around music, that it opens us up. And I think that's something that maybe we can explore a little bit this evening. Because as you mentioned, you are a psychotherapist. You have experienced the fallout of a poor experience, negative experience on somebody's mental health, and the power of music to recover from that. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit more about that?
Well, I think, as I said before, working with young people, for example, and not only young people, but for most young people, music is absolutely central to their lives. It's central to their culture. They align themselves with a particular kind of music or a particular singer, artist. It means to them profoundly. It's whether it has words almost doesn't matter, but the words actually do matter hugely. Sometimes the words express something that the person can't. Express pain, express joy. But also a lot of people are creative and write words, write songs, play their guitars in their bedroom. They're on their own because nobody talked to them. So music is something deeply individual. So as you said, deeply connecting. And it's a way of expressing the pain of life. I was just laughing to myself just now thinking about Bridget Jones's Diary. When she's sitting there with a broken heart, and it was made kind of slightly fun of, but there the music spoke for her. She couldn't bear the pain, so she just listened to the music and drank water. And we do that, and it's whatever kind of music, doesn't matter if the music touches us. We have certain pieces of music that make me cry, because they allow the emotion to come out, and that releases the pent-up emotion. Sometimes it's unbearably beautiful, sometimes it's sometimes just that recognition and that connection that you mentioned. So music is deeply emotional, and performing arts, dance too. Dance, I love flamenco, I love anything, any kind of dance. And I watch Strictly, and I cry in Strictly, it's just because of the emotion in the dance, and the music and the movement connection. So I think this all goes very, very deep for human beings.
And I can remember when somebody said, let's get into performance. Let's take the music, let's actually start doing some dance. And it's a very strange moment when you realize the human body is actually feeling the music rather than just hearing the music. And as a performer, it's that connection to the creator of that music that you can't get any other way. It's, for those that read, it's the connection to the author. For those that dance, it is the connection to that point of creation. One of the things that I did want to ask you is, as you mentioned, you've been a school counsellor. You've been in that environment where music study has been scaled back, and as a performer and someone who understands the psychological benefit of that connection, how does that feel when you almost know that this is a short-sighted step and we're going to have to deal with problems as a result? How does it feel as a professional?
On many levels, I think it is incredibly wrong, because it deprives people of depth of feeling and expression that we talked about. I think one of the big problems is that it's been monetarized. It's a thing schools, the government actually, not government, doesn't want to pay for in education. I could speak for hours about the difficulty of our system of education that's been based on us, and I don't want to do that. But you can see, there's nothing coming up, there's nothing coming through, but it will find a way. There are people who will still do it in the direst of circumstances. The concentration camps, people made music, not just because the power people demanded it, but for themselves. They composed, they wrote on little pieces of paper, they made musical instruments out of bits of wood, anything. Music is fundamental, and it will find a way. But I think the government made a huge mistake in removing schools, virtually removing it completely.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't find the words actually.
And while we don't want to get into the politicals of any scenario, the understanding that allowing the creative in our young people, and it might be worth actually pointing out for a second, if I might, about how psychological lockdowns and creativity work in the mind. So for a second, I'm just going to speak generally, okay? There's no specifics, but in general, the human brain has psychological lockdowns from 0 to 7, 7 to 14, and 14 to early 20s. Now, the 14 to early 20s phases based on what an adolescent is being exposed to and what they're experiencing. But the point of creativity is set at the second lockdown. And we know this because when someone is able to harness their creativity at 14, they nurture it all the way through the rest of their life. When they're not able to, what happens is they get to 25, 30, and they realise, you know what, I wish I'd carried on playing the piano. I wish I'd done, but I wasn't able to. I didn't have the opportunity to, or there were too much else going on. And then when somebody loses a job, predominantly, someone's made redundant, and they can't find work, the thing that they fall back on first is what were they creative about before they were 14? Now, whether that's sport, whether that's music, whether it's dance, that's their go-to point. And it's vital that the realization that creative point, when you stop it in your early teens, you set yourself back maybe 20 or 30 years, because you will come back to it. It will become a part of what makes you, you. But you've missed it for so long. And I can speak from bitter experience trying to pick the guitar up after 20 years. The fingers don't do what they used to do when you were playing. So what I think the best thing we can kind of drive for with Give Love, Show Love and for Amaze TV is to make a concerted effort to make sure all of those charities, all of those organisations, all of those theatre companies that currently cannot perform have a space. They have the support from Amaze TV in order to carry on providing that space for that creativity to flow. Where do you see a world if nothing changes? Post C19, nothing changes. Theatre companies don't go out on the road. They don't go out into the parks and perform. They literally say, okay, we've lost our theatre, so that's it, we can't do anything. What happens to the mental health there in your mind? What do you see happening?
Well, I think it would damage people's mental health on many fronts. People who want to sing, dance, play, perform theatre, plays, whatever. I think not being able to have that emotional, psychological, spiritual aspect can be very damaging. Also, the mental health of people who like to watch plays, listen to content. You know, again, that release and that communality, that togetherness, that connectivity that it brings. You know, to go to a festival, you know, Glastonbury, whatever it is, the Royal Opera House, it doesn't matter. It's that feeling of being there, experiencing something profound. So I think there will be some damage, but I also know, I have hope, because I think from the work you guys are doing and really helping people connect with music and not lose it. But I also know the human spirit will not give up on music or performance. It will be there, but with some help and with some facilitation, it will be strong. It will be stronger than it would be otherwise.
I truly believe that with the right support from people and choirs like the Swansea Buck Choir, but all of those small theatre companies that used to go round to schools and do workshops, everything else, they have a place. And I would appeal to anybody that's watching this, anybody who is interested in the music, the performance arts, live music. Live music has almost stopped because the venues have closed. Anyone who is interested in making sure that we don't lose that power, we don't lose that connection, gets involved with Give Love, Show Love. But what would your appeal be to the audience?
I think support music where you can, support music as much as you can. Take part in guitar, get your piano out, make a little video, put it on, you know, keep the work you've done so far. Don't lose track of the practice. And I trained as a classical guitarist, and I haven't been as well for a very long time. Music is in I sing, that's. So find a way, music will find a way. So it just help each other out, encourage each other. And it's not just about the hearing. I was watching, if I may just say this, I was watching a series on the BBC, just 3 programs about Beethoven. Composer. He became profoundly deaf. He was deaf, had hearing problems, and he became profoundly deaf. And for a musician, that is the worst thing that could happen to you. However, he did not stop composing. He heard it all in his head. He wrote the 9th Symphony, massive symphony. It's like a hymn to the Ode to Joy. You know, he wrote that when he was profoundly deaf. And he never heard it, but because he had the music in his head. And I was also, as part of that programme, they interviewed a percussionist called Evelyn Glennie, Scottish percussionist, and she went deaf at in childhood, probably I think around about the age of 8, something like that. And she can feel the music in her body. She feels that vibration in different pictures and different sounds. And she plays percussion like
it's phenomenal how much, if we tap into the power of music, we can achieve. I want to thank you so much for your time this evening and for joining us. I hope people will get a sense that now, in the middle of the worst kind of financial drawback on support for organisations that provide music, that provide live entertainment, now is the time for us to say we cannot let these places go. We cannot lose this power. We need it more now than ever, and we need what Amaze TV has put together as a hub for those service providers, if you like, those organisations that go out and make sure young people are getting that music, getting that drama, getting that experience. They're able to survive. We have got to do more, and Amaze TV and the Give Love, Show Love team are working to make sure that that doesn't die. We keep going. So thank you very much for your time. So, for you out there, the wonderful audience, who every one of you will have your playlist. You will have your favourite songs that you go to, your favourite pieces of music. Now is the time to make sure the music doesn't die. For now, I will just ask, please make sure that we are all giving love and showing love. We are all supporting each other in every way we possibly can. The donation option for Give Love, Show Love is there on the screen. Take that down and make sure that the next generation of young people do not miss out on the same power of music. For now, good night and thank you for joining us.
Amaze TV is here to restore, rebuild, revive the nation.
We can never appreciate the hardship that creates a feeling of having nothing, but we can create the change that makes a difference. Join us, and together we can have an impact.
It's time for us to change the narrative and extend our humanity to the entire world.
Love is kind. It is not self-seeking. Let us extend our love and kindness in the best possible way we can.
Freely you have received the love of God. Freely give back to society. Extend a blessing to someone out there.
1 can chase 1,000, but 2 can chase 10,000.
We believe in our communities and we believe in our youths. Let's work together and make a difference.
Our world needs you to be a part of a revolutionary change.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Give love.
Show love.
Hashtag Give Love, Show Love.